Just gonna wait a few more minutes. Let people come on in if they ever come in. And then we will get started here. Wait. I don't know if I can. Got two. Oh, never mind. I was about to say we got two viewers in here. Great start. Oh man. Let me just do this real quick. It probably works, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. That's good. Oh man. Damn, bro. I'm not entirely sure if anybody's gonna pull up to this stream or not. I mean, we had two people. Let's see. People are just dipping in and out of here. What the heck? Ah, man. I want to have like a sizable audience on here, so that way I can like actually like get started. But man, it's tough out here. It really is. Oh my. All right, I'm gonna give it until like about 7:15, around 7:15 ish, and then I will get started. I mean, regardless if anyone shows up here or not, but. Oh man. Dude, what the fuck? Someone was just in here and then they just pop back out. What the heck, man? Oh boy. I really was about to say hi to that one person that just popped in here, but damn man. Uh, Give me a couple more minutes. I'm probably gonna edit all this out anyway, so yeah. What? You know what? I'll just what's up to my one viewer of the stream? Welcome on in. If you leave, that's fine, but yeah, just welcome on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, okay, there he goes. Oh, never mind. Someone else is back. That's it. See how long that takes. If you leave, that's fine. But yeah, just welcome on in. Welcome. Oh, okay, there he goes. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, got 3 people. Damn. Welcome on in. Welcome. Okay, never mind. Now we got 2 people. Welcome. 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 How's it going? How's it going here? Shout out to my 2 viewers on the stream. Just waiting for more people to hopefully show up, but and then we can get started. And there they go again. All right, I'm just gonna say this right here. This is my first sort of like live stream. I've live streamed on my channel before, but I haven't live streamed like this. And like I know you're supposed to like get what's it called? OBS. I found that out a little bit late in the game, but yeah. If I do another live stream somewhere like this on the channel, which is probably likely or maybe not, I don't know. But if I do ever decide to live stream like this again in the future, then I'll probably utilize OBS. But yeah, man. I mean, what I'm using right now is is a I'm using my built-in webcam, and I'm just doing it off of. I'm going live from just YouTube. I'm not using any other like other software, but yeah, I have no idea what I'm telling this to like 0 people, but it is what it is, I guess. I wonder if anybody's gonna. I wonder if I should just like just start, and then as I'm talking, I'll get people. And again, this is my first ever like attempt at like doing something like this, so he's probably not gonna be the best in the world, but we gotta make do. We gotta make do. I was gonna say. What's good? Shout out to my one viewer of the stream. What's going on, bud? Yo, you want to see what I got for Christmas? This is one of the things. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm still gonna show it anyway. I got this for Christmas: a Cards Against One Piece box set right here. It is pretty cool. I got this from one of my friends, and yeah, it is pretty good. I honestly didn't think I was gonna get it at first, but there it is. What's up, one viewer? Okay, never mind. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Jesus, bro. Hmm. All right. I'm thinking if I should just get started, even though there's like no one here. Hmm. I don't know. Should I just start? I'm not entirely sure. Debating on it. Debating on it though. I am debating. As I'm starting. Oh, yo, what's up? Jorhan Ram, what's going on? Pretty quiet over here? Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I thought more people would have been here by now, but at least you are here, so appreciate that. What's good, bro? Oh my goodness. It really is. Yeah, it really is fucking quiet over here, dude. I thought I'd at least get at least 20 or something, but it is what it is, And I hate using that as an excuse. It is what it is, but it really is what it is, But I was talking about earlier. This is one of the gifts that I got for Christmas. It's a One Piece Cards Against Humanity deck right here. I honestly thought I wasn't gonna get it, but I did get it, and it is pretty nice. I haven't played it with my friends yet, but I will eventually. But yeah, you know how it is. So I assume that you're a fan of Dexter. Oh, a nice short reaction. The season 4 finale short reaction with the hype immediately interrupted by the shock was both completely expected and completely hilarious. I just wanted to say that. Yeah, dude, the season 4 finale, I still think about that to this very day, dude. Um that was yeah. Um it really was they really um they really took a risk with that, and which is saying a lot because not I feel like not a lot of shows, especially nowadays, they don't really take as much risks anymore. Um, especially to the extent of season 4 of Dexter. But also, I'm a fan of Watch Up to New Blood. Watch Up to New Blood, nice. Haven't gotten to the other two spinoffs yet because I don't have Premium Paramount Plus. If you have Verizon, which I don't know if you do, but if you do, that's where I've been. That's where I've been watching Dexter. I've just been watching on Verizon. I don't have Paramount as well, but for me, I could just watch them on there, no problem. But yeah. But But yeah, the season 4 finale. Yeah, I still think about that to this very day. Um, and it's just it's still freaking crazy, man. And that's where like, and that is my favorite season. Yeah, that is my favorite season out of all the seasons. That is that is my favorite. Um, Although I don't know if it'll change when I eventually watch the other shows, but I don't know. I still hold that season in very high regard, especially because of my boy Lord Farquaad, aka the Trinity Killer, Arthur Mitchell. That is also my favorite villain of the at least the main series anyway. Um, I don't really know much about the villains in the other shows, although I do know in Resurrection. This might be a little bit of a spoiler, at least for me, but I know that Peter Dinklage is in the uh, Dexter Resurrection. Also, who told you during your season 8, episode 3 short, or one of the early season 8 ones, that season 8 was acclaimed because they're a big fat liar? When did they season 8, episode 3? Um, I'm not sure. Let me double check that real quick. Season 8, episode 3. Where did I? It says something about season 8 being critically acclaimed. What? I never said it was critically acclaimed. All I've said it was like not the best, if not it was the worst season. But you might honestly do like you honestly might. Um, but yeah, no, season 8, like the comments on my videos, they weren't lying. They truly were saying like it just was not the best. And although I was willing to give it a shot, and like because I said at the start of all of my short videos that I'm going to be watching, reviewing every episode of Dexter, including the shit one season 8. But yeah, I mean, um, if anything, like I feel like it just should have ended after season 4, because I mean, even though like most shows, I'm gonna talk about like most shows like today, um, they always kind of end in sort of like a happy ish ending. Um, Although it kind of depends. Like for example, I don't know if you've seen it Welcome to Derry, banger show by the way. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. But that show does not have a happy ending, and like that's something that I feel like again like we're sort of lacking in like shows and even in like movies, but shows in particular, like it's always just like happy endings. And while yeah, it can be seen as good, it's just I don't know, it gets a little old. I don't know, at least to me anyway. Um, but yeah, Dexter season 4 finale, that should have been the end of it. And if anything, they should not really have done like season 5, 6, 7, 8. Although, like season 5 was okay because it was building off of the heels of season 4. But then it just I don't know. I mean, it was okay. It was fine. Season 6 was all right as well. Season 6 is a finale. Boy, did that change the game! It really, really did. With Dexter, or Deborah catching Dexter, killing Travis, um, and yeah, that completely changed the game, especially for Deborah, and that it really is unfortunate. But and yeah, I feel like yeah, it just got a little bit. It just got like messy as it kept going on, and that's why it should have just ended after season 4. Um, when you get to New Blood and the others, good question, my brother. Good question. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. Um, I'll post like a announcement or whatever on about like when I'm gonna be starting the other shows. But right now I'm just gonna take a little bit of a break. But yeah, I am very excited to continue with New Blood, Original Sin, and Resurrection. Um, and yeah, I'm very curious, especially for uh, like Resurrection, because I'm assuming. Well, yeah, I think like again, I haven't really seen much of any of the shows like New Blood, Original Sin, Resurrection, but if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that Dexter is back in Miami. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's like back in Miami from wherever he is in a New Blood. But um, and that's gonna be. I was actually thinking about that. Like, I'm wrong. How am I wrong? Is he? Does he not go back to Miami? Yeah, I really was under the assumption that he would have just gone back to Miami and just like say, "Hey guys, I'm not dead. I didn't die in the fucking boat crash in the storm or whatnot." He's actually in New York for New Blood and Resurrection. Oh, well, I knew that he was in or in somewhere in like New York in a New Blood, but in Resurrection also. Huh, interesting. Interesting. Hmm. Okay, that that changes pretty much everything. What I was saying, because I was gonna say like, um, if he does go back to Miami and Resurrection, he's gonna have to tell his like former like friends like Angel, Masuka, and all of them that he's alive and that he didn't actually die, but damn. So he's in there in both uh Resurrection, well, both New Blood and Resurrection. That's interesting. Did not know that. That's interesting. Um, huh. And I wonder if like in since Resurrection was confirmed for season 2, which I'm highly excited for, even though I haven't gotten to it yet. But I do wonder at some point if Dexter does go back to um, Miami and sort of again reintroduce himself to everybody, which I can't even imagine like their reaction. Like oh my god, we thought you were dead and everything. Honestly, I just want to see. Honestly, I wanted to see Astor and Cody again. Yeah, I know, and like that's the thing. Like in season 8, like Dexter never even said goodbye to Astor and Cody, or maybe I think like he said that he was going to, but then he just never got around to it. I could be wrong though, but and then he could just straight up forgotten to say goodbye to them. But yeah, I wonder how they're doing. I wonder how Astor and Cody are doing, because oh yeah, speaking of that, like another thing that I know about, and it sucks because like I um like I saw I wasn't planning on seeing the trailer for New Blood, but I did. And at the very end of the trailer, it was just a teaser trailer. It wasn't well, actually, no. I'm lying. I saw both the teaser trailer and the official trailer because I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry. But at the very end of the official trailer, they showed Harrison again. And in the show, I found out that he's supposed to be like 16, even though the show takes place in like 2021. And I think Harrison was born in like what 2009. I think it was 2009. Um, but which would mean that he's 12 instead of 16. But just kind of a weird inconsistency there. But I guess I'm willing to look past that. Um, Like all their parental figures are dead. Like Harrison was taken to Argentina by a woman they don't even know. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I mean, Harrison. I mean, he did call her like Hannah. But yeah, and that's another thing. Hannah, I hated Hannah. I still do. Um, I hope that um, I hope that in like New Blood or something that they say, or that Harrison tells Dexter that, Hannah couldn't live with the fact that Dexter died at the end of season 8, and she just, you know, herself, blank herself, and which will make me be like, oh, thank God, bro, Hannah, you are trash, looming all the way, bro. Also, Harrison's age is a weird plot hole. Yeah, I get, yeah. I don't know, like, it is weird. Yeah, no, I wonder what Harrison has got in store for Dexter in New Blood, or even in Resurrection if he's in there as well. Um, and again, like where are Astor and Cody, bro? Like where are they? Um, but yeah, we got 2 viewers now. We got 2 viewers. What's good? What is good? Oh my lord! Oh my goodness! I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. Let me see something real quick. All right. I really wish there was more people in here, but what can you do? I don't even know, man. All right. All right. I think I'm gonna. I'm just gonna hope. What is this? Oliver. Oliver as a villain kind of had potential, but he didn't really fit as a final villain. Yes, exactly, bro. Oh yeah, I know what I was gonna say. Yeah. So speaking of that, um, Oliver, I was actually thinking like when I was in the shower this morning, but I was thinking like I feel like they were trying to do with Oliver in season 8. It was almost in a way sort of similar to Brian Moser, the very first killer, the eye stroke killer in season 1. Um, Although for Brian's case, he was actually like built up as to be like sort of implied that he's like the villain, because like he literally says to Dexter, or was it Deborah? It might have been. It was either he told Dexter or Deborah, I can't remember, but he told them that when he was a child, his mom got into a car crash and like lost her legs, and so he dedicated his life to wanting to like help people like sort of replace their limbs, like he did with that like Brian did with that one guy who like lost his arm, which was one of his victims. Um, but yeah, it was like sort of implied. It was they kind of dropped little hints and pieces here and there that it's not there's nothing right about this character Brian Moser, and but for friggin' Oliver in season 8, I feel like they just straight up were just like, oh yeah, by the way, this guy who was dating, don't get me wrong, he was established in the earlier parts of the season as Cassie's new boyfriend, but um, I feel like it was sort of like a last minute decision made by the writers that he was just magically just Evelyn Vogel's son that died, but actually didn't, and it was just like, yeah, he was not really that good of a villain. And speaking of villains of the series, or at least the main series, um, I ranked from worst to best all of the villains of Dexter. Honestly, your theory of Evelyn being the brain surgeon could have been better than what we actually got. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because that's what I thought. You know, again, even before it was established that 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 Oliver was the brain surgeon, because he again like he was just some guy, but then the writers were just like, oh, you know what? Let's just make this guy the brain surgeon. Also, he's Evelyn's son, but like, um, yeah, but yeah, season 8 was, oh boy, the, the man, season 8. But yeah, anyways, yeah, like I was saying, I made a tier list. Well, not really tier list, but like ranking the villains of Dexter from worst to best. And so, in dead last, I got the brain surgeon. Um, no further explanation needed. That's a number 8. Yeah, there's 8 villains. He's dead last, number 8. Number 7, I got my girl, well, former girl, Lila from season 2. Um, and yeah, the thing with Lila is that when I first saw her in season 2, I was like, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was on her side. I actually was taking her side over Rita's side. And then it was revealed that she was a bad guy, and then I was like, okay, yeah, you can get out of here. And but I have her low on my list because I don't know, she wasn't really. I mean, don't get me wrong, like she lured Astra and Cody to her place, leading Dexter to her place, and then setting the place on fire. Yeah, that's bad and all, but it's it's honestly nothing. And the reason why I say it's nothing per se is because Astra and Cody aren't obviously Dexter's actual children, although it is still an effed up thing to do. But yeah, so Lila is number 7. Then at number 6, we got Circo from season 7. Yeah, season 7. And the thing about Circo is that he could have been. I mean, I was gonna say he could have been good. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was good. He was played by friggin' Ray Stevens, for crying out loud. Rest in peace. Um, who also, as I mentioned in one of my videos, he also played Balin Skoll from the Ahsoka series, which I think that was the last role that he did. But yeah, but he wasn't really all that like threatening. And then like he literally was on. He eventually was on Dexter's side, or he asked Dexter to help him so that they can get rid of the hitmen that were after Circo. Um, but I mean, yeah, if he didn't do any of that, um, he could have had potential. He could have had potential to be a better sort of antagonist slash villain than he previously was. But and I think that the fact that it was Ray Stevens that was playing as him could have brought it up even more because again, like Ray Stevens is a pretty solid actor. But anyways, next up on my list, and that was number 6. Number 5 on my list is Jordan Chase. Now, Jordan Chase is, well, and the thing about Jordan Chase is that I honestly did not think that he was going to become a villain um, until they said, or no, I did not think that he was going to become a villain. I didn't even think we would even see Jordan Chase. But and then he actually became a character. So and he actually became a character, and then he was like doing his thing, and then he captured my girl Lumen, which yeah, that is like second from Rita. I think like Lumen might pretty much be my second favorite female character. Um, but yeah, anyways, yeah, Jordan Chase, he was a pretty insane guy, but yeah, anyway, so and then that's number 5. My number 4 was Miguel. Now Miguel, season 3, Miguel. I love the fact that he was played by what's his name? Damn, what's his name? Oh, someone remind me in the chat. Oh, what the hell is his name, dude? Jimmy Smits. Is that what his name is? Yeah, Jimmy Smits. I think it was Jimmy Smits. Was it Jimmy Smits? Yeah, I think it was Jimmy Smits. I'm just gonna confirm, but I'm pretty much right. Yeah, is it Jimmy Smits? Yeah, Jimmy Smits. Jimmy Smits, who was Leia Organa's father. Yes. Yeah, Miguel. He was a pretty good villain. He was a pretty great villain. His also his like friendship with Dexter was pretty solid as well. And again, the fact that he was played by Jimmy Smits, like it was a surprise to me when I first saw him in season 3. But anyways, yeah. And then my third pick. Now we're getting into the top 3, and in third place we got Travis Marshall. Now Travis from season 6. Travis is just an insane motherfucker, dude. Travis is like he's really effed up in the head, dude. Like, and he even fooled me. He even fooled my ass. Like, I thought that his former teacher what was his name? I forget what his name is. It was Geller, right? Was it James Geller? I think it was something Geller. Yeah, James Geller. I'm pretty sure. I thought that he was alive, and it really did make you think that he was alive. But Jordan's probably the evilest villain moral wise. Brian wanted to be with Dexter again. Lila wanted to help Dex. Miguel wanted to rid the world of his definition of evil and run out of letters. Trinity was, yeah. Hey, man. Jordan's probably the evilest villain moral wise. I mean, if you want something, take it. That's his whole like spiel. Travis was schizophrenic and thought he was doing something good. That's what I was just saying. Yeah. And like I said, like I thought that his professor was alive, and then it was revealed that he wasn't alive, and that he actually did all those things by himself, which is honestly is a pretty crazy feat, not gonna lie. And he stole the reason why he's number 3 is because he took freaking Harrison, man. Harrison is Dexter's actual, blood, and that's his actual son. And it really hits more close to home, or at least I feel like it hits more close to home to him. And Oliver, he might be competition, honestly. I mean, at least Oliver's mentally ill. Jordan isn't. I mean, yeah. And that's like another thing. Like, the show like really tried to like make each villain different, but at the same time, it's sort of like Oliver and I feel like Oliver and what was his name? What was we just talking about? Oh, Travis. Oliver and Travis sort of similar. Yeah, they're kind of pretty much insane. Yeah, and then number 2 on my list. This is where it gets a little bit tough, but yeah, no. Number 2, I got the man that started it all, the first killer, Brian Moser. Now, Brian, as you just mentioned, he was trying to, he just wanted to be with Dexter, but he didn't actually like straight up tell him. He was just playing his games with him, and again, he was the first one to do it. Also, I question how Travis did some of those things with Geller's spirit, like knock himself out in the episode where his sister was killed. When did that happen again? Because like what I'm remembering is that he like when he was in the hotel room, when Travis was in the hotel room that Dexter put him in, he was literally just like, he wrote on the mirror. I forget what he wrote, but he wrote something on the mirror. I think he said something like "come to the church" or something. But anyways, he wrote that message on the mirror and then went to sleep and then woke up again and he went to the bathroom only to get shocked by his own message. But he didn't even realize it yet. He just thought that it was from Geller, and like, yeah, Travis is just a effed up individual. I'm not gonna lie to you, Brett. But honestly, what are you typing here? Question not Travis. Some of those things with killing spirit, knocking himself out. Honestly, the ghost and Dexter. The ghost and Dexter are a whole thing. I mean, yeah, they're all in Dexter's mind, and that is a pretty good way to like sort of convey like Dexter's like thoughts in his mind. Like with Harry, for example, that's the one that he sees a lot. But in that one episode, season 6, episode 7, where Brian Moser comes back, which I wasn't expecting, but yeah, he came back. That was pretty cool. The Ghost and Dexter whole thing, but I don't question them anymore. Like in the 6-7 episode, Brian hallucination threw one of the body bags into the river himself. How? I mean, yeah, that's like. So what you're saying, like Brian threw the bag when he's meant to be like a hallucination? Yeah. That I don't really have an answer for that, to be honest. But there's one other moment where Dexter and then the friggin' motel guy, they were in like this little like barn area. They were inside some like barn, and Brian was there. He was telling Dexter to like, "Oh, kill this guy," and you and then Brian went and stabbed the guy, and I was just like, "Wait, what? How could you even do that?" But then they like transition, and it was Dexter that actually did that, and they did it pretty well. Yeah, that episode, by the way, season 6, episode 7. You know, the 6-7 episode, but I don't know why I just did that. But anyways, you know, that episode. When I finished that episode, I was like, damn, but like, that's how you do a filler episode. It really was a filler episode because, you know, Dexter obviously leaves Miami to go and find Trinity's son. What was his freaking name? I forget what his name is. Something Mitchell. I forget. But yeah, his Trinity or Arthur's son over there, and he was going to kill him, and then blah blah blah. But yeah, that after having watched that episode, I was like, you know what, that was a pretty solid filler episode. Not gonna lie to you, Jonah Mitchell, thank you. Yeah, Jonah Mitchell, yeah. I still like how he basically did his father's impersonation when Dexter was at the store. He just walked up to him and says, Jonah goes, "Hello, Dexter Morgan," and I'm like, bro, you have like zero aura. Like, yeah, speaking of Jonah Mitchell, my number one favorite villain of the entire series is, of course, the Trinity Killer, aka Lord Farquaad, aka Arthur Mitchell. And I love the way that John Lithgow, that's who plays Trinity. I really love how, like, the way that he's able to like switch from like, you know, just normal, casual, everyday guy who has a family, even though they're a bit dysfunctional, but has this, you know, nice life, and then go back into the Trinity Killer. What he's been doing, he's been killing people for like 30 plus years and hasn't once gotten caught. And yeah, he really was quite menacing, and is again my favorite villain out of all the villains in Dexter. Although that could change. That could maybe change when I get to spin-offs, but I honestly highly doubt it. And I think actually in New Blood, or because I saw the both teaser and official trailer for New Blood, Clancy Brown is going to be in that, and I'm just like, okay, there's no way that he's not going to be like the main sort of villain in that show. Like, I mean, because Clancy Brown is he Mr. Krabs versus Lord Farquaad who would. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, um, if I just freaking spoil myself and that, assuming that uh Clancy Brown's character, whatever his name is in New Blood, is going to be the villain. Although I'm probably sure that he is. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to. I'll have to see he is, what his story is, and like what he's capable of if he is the main villain, which he probably is again. But honestly, I don't know. I don't really know. I could say friggin' Lord Farquaad because again, he hasn't been caught in 30 plus years, dude. So yeah, yeah. And then yeah, like I said, I think in Dexter Resurrection, Peter Dinklage is I guess the villain, which sucks. I wish I hadn't found out about that, to be honest, because just freaking spoiled it. But it took me a couple episodes for me to realize that it was Clancy. To be honest, really, shit, I like. I recognize Clancy Brown's face anywhere, bro. Because he's got that face. I've seen him, and not just SpongeBob. I've seen him in he was in I think he was in well, I was gonna say Daredevil, but no, he was in Punisher. Yeah, he was in Punisher. He played some like army general or something. But I forget what his name is. Yeah, I think he was also in I think Shawshank Redemption. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. I think he was in Shawshank. I heard Mr. Krabs in his voice in one scene, and the wire snapped in my brain. Yeah, that's like the case like for me as well. Like for like other uh sort of actors that like I I'm so much used to hearing their own voice as opposed to seeing their face. Um, but then again, it's like the other way around. Like I see like an actor's like face like just in like a movie, TV show or whatnot, and then I hear him in some like animated project, and I'm like, wait, is that so and so from that? But like, yeah, no, um, yeah, I instantly recognized uh, Clancy Brown in that, and again, I have no idea what his story or what his character is supposed to be, but yeah, I actually I got like not really like spoiled, but I guess um I I guess you could call it spoilers, whatnot. I was like spoiled. Oh, you want to know what I was spoiled on? I unfortunately was spoiled, not entirely, but I was spoiled partially for Deborah's death in season 8. I know it sucks, but and you want to know how I got spoiled? I was spoiled because since I mentioned earlier, um, I watch. I've been watching the Dexter on Verizon instead of Paramount Plus, and literally the thumbnail from season 8, episode 12. Literally, the thumbnail literally shows Dexter holding Deborah's fucking corpse in the friggin' white blanket, and he's about to throw her into the ocean. I'm like, bro, why would you spoil something like that so big like that? Why would you just put that in the thumbnail? And it's just like it was dumb. But and then which brings me to my other thing is that I in season 1 when I first started watching, I forget what episode it was, but one of the thumbnails for one of the episodes in season 1, it literally showed a scene from season 8, and that was Dexter sort of like confronting Evelyn from like I think it was the very first episode where he like pinned her against the wall. I was like, oh, like how do you know about me? And that was in like season 1, so I was like, when I got to that episode, I was like, okay, who is this woman? Like, what is her story? And then I never saw anything like that, and I was like, what? But Yeah. What was I talking about earlier? Oh yeah. So my villain tier list. So dead last, the brain surgeon, then Lila, Circo, Jordan Chase, Miguel, Travis, Brian Moser, and the Trinity Killer. That is my ranking. What do you say here? The way I was partially spoiled was me checking Jennifer Carpenter's acting page and not seeing Resurrection. Huh. Wasn't a real spoiler, but I was like, oh god. Yeah, no. And also, Deborah, I found out also, and it sucks because like I honestly couldn't help myself, bro. And like I said, I am gonna be taking a little bit of a break, but I'm still gonna be thinking about, man, I can't wait to start New Blood, Original Sin, Resurrection, and all that. But yeah, I found out that obviously in the official trailer for New Blood, that Deborah is gonna be back, but obviously as a friggin', you know, someone like Harry, who's dead, but he's just there talking to Dexter. And that is going to be interesting. That's going to be quite interesting indeed. But so you said that she's going to be in a Resurrection as well. I mean, I don't know. I truly have no idea what's going to happen in either of those spinoffs. Sub King alternate. Literally just finished Dexter 2 days ago and New Blood today. Nice. Nice. Yeah, man, I can't wait to get into those shows. But again, like I mentioned earlier, I am going to be taking a bit of a break from doing extra videos. And oh yeah, by the way, if there is like any other show or like if there's any other like show or even like movie that you guys like want me to do like videos on, sort of talk about, watch and review, let me know in the comments. Someone mentioned to me in like one of my other videos that I forget which one it was, but someone mentioned a show called Lost. I had never heard of Lost. Um, but yeah, I mean, like again, if there's anything that you guys just want me to watch and review outside of the Dexter shows, please let me know. Yeah, what does it say? Another Dexter related thing is Dexter Early Cuts. What is that? Dexter Early Cuts. Never heard of that before. Excuse me. They're short anime. Oh, wait. They're short animated things that take place before Dexter season 1. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Animated stuff. I know that speaking of that, like I know also that there's like supposedly like comics, like Dexter comics. I don't know if they're like actually like canon to like the main series. It could be wrong, but those I don't know. I don't really know about those to be honest. It looked okay, but like I don't know. Man, my voice is getting dry. You should watch All Quiet on the Western Front. It's absolutely tremendous. Okay, I've heard about that. I've heard about All Quiet on the Western Front. That's on Netflix, right? I'm pretty sure that's on Netflix. Yeah, I've heard great things about that. Yeah, I mean, isn't it? It's like a what was it like a? It's set in like World War II, I believe, or World War One. I think it's World War One. Yeah, that looks interesting. I like speaking of like World War One films. It's not really a lot of World War One type of movies. Probably is, but I just don't know what they are. But I think just pretty much my favorite World War One movie is 1917. If any of you've seen 1917, it's great. I love 1917. It sucks how I did not see it in the theater though, because when that movie was coming out, I was like Man, this is like, not that it doesn't look good. It looks fine, but like I don't know. I just wasn't drawn to it. And then I eventually watched it, and I immediately, pretty much almost immediately regretted not having seen it in the theater. And I was like, damn, this movie was pretty fucking good, dude. Like this is, but yeah, I'll go ahead on the Western Front. Yeah, I will keep that in mind. Yeah, what is? I'm gonna look up Dexter early cuts. Never heard of that before. Dexter early cuts. What is this? Where is it at a? Is it available anywhere? Like, and I don't even know if it is available anywhere. Um, but yeah, like I said, I know like there's like sort of Dexter like comics, and I know about the obviously the Dexter like novels, and oh yeah, speaking of those, I apparently found out that the author of the Dexter novels, I forget his name, he cameoed in one of the season 3 episodes, I believe, where it was a scene where Angel was coming into the hospital after his sort of like girlfriend, um, who I forget. I'm sorry, I just forget what her name is. But he comes to the Angel comes to the hospital, and he's talking to some like guy outside, and that guy was or is the author of the Dexter novels, which I did not find out until like pretty much a few days ago, actually. But what is his name? Dexter novel author. What is his name? Yeah, Jeff Lindsay. Jeff Lindsay, the author of the Dexter novels. Which I did not realize when I actually watched the episode, but it is a cool little thing. It's a cool little neat little opportunity for him to star in a Dexter episode. Um, Also, what do you think about Rita's death? Personally, it shook me to the core, and I just sat there for 30 minutes staring at a blank screen. That's pretty much my reaction when I watched that episode. If you go back and watch that video, season 4, episode 12, I was just both devastated. I was going through a mix of emotions. And but yeah, I don't know if like the actress that plays Rita comes back in any of the spin-offs as like a sort of like ghost or anything. But yeah, it really, it's still to this day is a wild way to end season 4, which is why I rank it number 1, and not just because of that, but like again with the stuff with Lord Farquaad, Trinity Killer, and just like the way that it was in comparison to some other seasons, like not to shit on season 8, although I am going to shit on season 8. Like season 4 in comparison to season 8, like I feel like season 8, um, like season 8's like, for example, camera work in season 8 wasn't really up to like par with like season 4's sort of camera work. And what I mean by that is like I think there was a scene in season 4 where it was like Dexter looking in a mirror, and he's looking in the mirror, and in all the reflections of that mirror, it just shows him, and it's meant to convey all the different like personalities that Dexter's going through, like with Kyle Butler, Dexter Morgan, and like all this other identities. And when I saw that shot, I don't know if I can show it here, but I'm not gonna bother. But yeah, no, that shot, I was like, damn, that shot looks fucking nice. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah. But then in like season eight's camera work, not really just the writing, but like the camera work, there wasn't really a lot that went into it. not just season 8, but even like season 7 or even like 6 or even. But like, yeah, no. I think like everybody just like has the first half of Dexter, which is season 1 through 4, obviously way up there as opposed to 5 through 8, you know. But funny thing is that Oliver's theme, "Make Your Own Kind of Music," fits more for Dexter than Oliver, but that's the whole long conversation. Make Your Own Kind of Music. Um, I mean, I'd have to listen to that song again, but I'm not gonna play it here. But yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on Dexter's Dark Passenger? Apparently, in the books, it's an actual entity living inside Dexter. Okay, yeah, so that's that's another thing. Since like I found out that since I found out about like the Dexter comic books, there's this one image that I saw where it was like um I think it was like Dexter just standing there, and then to like the side of him, like in like this area, there's like some like black, like sort of like shadowy, like big giant shadowy like mass that's over there, and that's meant to be sort of his dark passenger. Um, Apparently, the book says is an actual entity living inside Dexter. Um, I mean yeah, the thoughts on like the dark passenger. I mean, that's just how he was raised, you know. And that is a okay. I will say that is like it's like an interesting way to go about doing that. And it gives Dexter like the justification, obviously, to like do what he does, freaking people, but uh, that and it was something that his father, but before his father, freaking Evelyn Vogel, and then his father sort of taught Dexter to like, oh, there's this dark passenger inside of you, and that basically gives you the green light to kill bad people that need to be taken care of, and uh and I think, yeah, he gets. I was going to say he gets rid of it, but he gets rid of his blood slides in what was it, season 7? I think it was season 7, right? Yeah, it was season 7 where he got rid of his blood slides. And he threw them in the furnace along with the friggin' the bull guy. I forget what his name is. But yeah, he gets rid of that. But as for his dark passenger, and even someone like Hannah is basically questioning Dexter's dark passenger, and her saying like, is there really like a dark passenger inside of you, or is it just like you actually doing it? And that's like an excuse that was made by your father. But yeah. Anyway, man. And honestly, Deb's death seemed totally unnecessary to me, especially the way they executed it. Yeah, I 100% agree with you, man. Give me 1 second. Yeah, 100% agree. 100% agree. And then the fact that like Dexter like immediately like dies sort of after that. It was just like he goes into the storm and he is presumed dead like on the very same day that Deborah dies, and it's like, man, that must be a lot for especially people like Angel and Quinn, Masuka, and all them like. But yeah, Deborah, I don't know. Yeah, the way that they handled that, and I literally mentioned that in my season 8 episode 11 video. If Dexter had just offed freaking Oliver, then she wouldn't have had to die, But he was like, "Oh, I don't want to kill you," or he said something like, I forget the exact things that he said, but he was like, "I don't, I like, I don't have an urge, I don't have a need to kill you, Oliver," and he just left, and I'm like, what? I was like, okay, but also you really should have just gotten rid of him, because Deborah would have still been alive. And but yeah, I mean, it was sad. Don't get me wrong, but and I also feel like that they tried to go for like, since it's the fourth season and like the second half of Dexter, like season 5 through 8 is 4 seasons and 1 through 4 seasons. But the second half of Dexter, season 5 through 8, um, I feel like they tried to go for what they did in season 4 with Rita, you know, dying and whatnot. But like, yeah, the way that they did that was, I don't know. And also, I even mentioned in my freaking video, like, how the hell does Dexter manage to get away with taking Deborah, pushing her on the freaking on this stretcher out of the hospital without anybody like questioning him, like without anybody like stopping him? And it's just like, I don't know. I don't know, man. But I guess like the writers were just like, it doesn't matter, blah blah blah. We're gonna skip all that and just focus on Dexter losing his sister and all that. But it's just like, really, like none of that, like none of someone stopping Dexter, like, oh, what are you doing? Like, you can't. That's one of our patients. You can't take him out. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was it was it was poorly executed, but hey, at least again, like I said, Deborah is in some capacity going to be in the spin-offs. But yeah, I guess they just pulled a got season. Oh, you mean Game of Thrones? Is that what you mean? I guess they pulled a Game of Thrones season 8 with it. Yeah, yeah, season 8. Yeah, there you go. It's Game of Thrones. That's like, I haven't seen Game of Thrones, and if that is another series that I end up doing a watch and review sort of series on, I could do that, but it's just a matter of like season 8. I know I've pretty much heard from pretty much everybody, pretty much universally, everybody just does not like season 8. But and I know there's like a lot of like freaking like celebrity cameos, like Jason Momoa is in there, Peter Dinklage, and all of them are in there. But yeah, I never really was just like drawn to it. But who knows? Maybe I eventually later down the line like end up watching Game of Thrones. For all I know, you never know. You never know. But the other show that I mentioned, Lost, that could be a pretty good one too. But yeah, I should probably mention like the shows that I've already seen. Like, so for example, I've already seen Breaking Bad. Can't recommend that, unfortunately. And Better Call Saul, I haven't. I've already seen those as well. Um, what else? What else? What else? And then there's like, I mean, there's other shows I'm neglecting to mention at the moment, but shows that I have watched, but I just stopped because I got bored with them. Was, for example, the show Ozark on Netflix. Which was fine. And then I also watched Peaky Blinders. I've heard great things about that show, and but I pretty much tuned out after like 2 episodes. Um, I'm playing something right now, so I'm just kind of unable to pay attention to the stream. Sorry, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Uh, but yeah, I'm sure there's other shows I'm neglecting to mention. I did watch though. I watched going back to like Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. I watched Pluribus. If you guys have seen Pluribus, it obviously just ended. Um, but yeah, I think about that show is, I know I'm supposed to be talking about Dexter, but let me just talk about Pluribus for a second, because it started interesting, with the first few episodes, or the first like 2 episodes, maybe 3 episodes. it had all the momentum. It had a very big buildup and everything. It was great. The first episode, I like the first episode the best. But then it just kind of like it sort of like dawdled a little bit. Um, but and if you guys haven't seen Pluribus, I'm not going to spoil it for you. But all I'll say is that I don't know. While there were some good moments to it, um, it was I mean, it didn't like drop the ball with the finale or anything, but at least I don't think so. But that show, it was a nice, solid watch. Um, I just wish that it wasn't really on Apple TV, if I'm going to be honest. But I don't know, what can you do. But anyways, back to Dexter. What else about Dexter? I think. Oh yeah. So I want to address something real quick. Um, and that something is about Joseph Quinn, because for the longest time, Joseph Quinn, for me, has been this character that I think just hasn't really been able to be sort of like redeemed. But he also kind of was redeemed just a little bit. But overall, Joseph Quinn, like, I don't know. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because I've gotten a comment from like some, I forget what his name is, but like he's been commenting on my videos that oh, Joseph Quinn's a great character. Like, why are you like talking trash about him? And so maybe I don't know. Maybe I want to like change my sort of stance on Joseph Quinn. I mean that could change. I think like yeah. I even though I said in like my in one of my season 8 videos that I really hope Joseph Quinn gets written off the show at some point. Hopefully like Joseph Quinn like changes in the other shows. I don't know if he's in New Blood or anything, but like I think yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to be in Resurrection, but hopefully he changes at some point. You should definitely watch Game of Thrones. It's peak, in my opinion. It's single-handedly the greatest TV show of all time, especially seasons 1 through 4. It's really complicated, and there's a lot of shades to it. Yeah, again, like that's what pretty much everybody freaking says about it. So yeah, I might at some point uh like do a poll. I'll post a poll with like I want to say like 4 shows that either you guys will like can like recommend to me, or I myself will pick the shows. I don't know which way it will go, but I will have like 4, maybe 5, or I think 4 shows that I will watch, and depending on which one you guys choose me to watch, I will watch. So, for example, if you guys want me to watch Lost, I will watch that, or Game of Thrones, I can watch Game of Thrones, or some other show that I've never heard of, like yeah, just I don't know. Yes, that'll be at some point later in the future, or like next next year. Um, but yeah, Game of Thrones. The episodes are like they are around like 40, maybe 50 minutes. I think and then there's some that are like an hour long, so really freaking long episodes. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll keep that in mind. I will definitely keep that in mind about Game of Thrones. What is? Anyway, I was looking at something. Man, sorry. I don't usually talk this long, because my voice will get like dry and all that. But anyways, we're at an hour and 22 minutes. What was I gonna? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Who? Let me ask you guys. Let me ask this question. Who's your favorite character in Dexter? Because my personal favorite character is my boy, the GOAT, man, the myth, legend, James Dokes. And it sucks that he was killed off too early in season 2, because he. I feel like I feel like they could have done more with him. But then again, if he wasn't killed off, then he would have just made things a lot more complicated for Dexter, because he obviously knew his secret. But yeah, and I think like another reason why I like James Stokes is because of the meme around him, the surprise mother effer. But and funny thing about that, now that I mention it, is that I remember I saw that the surprise mother effer meme um way back when I was in like middle school, and I think it was like, yeah, way earlier on in middle school. But I saw that for the longest time, never knew where it was from until I started watching Dexter, and I was like, and it was literally in like the first episode when we're first introduced to James Stokes, that I was like, oh, so that's where the meme is from. And it only took me until the very last episode of season 1 where he finally does it, says the meme, and I was like, I finally made it. I finally got to the meme part. But yeah, and like, I think, yeah, that's like one of, I don't know if there's like any other memes from the series, but all I know is that that's just like the most popular one. But yeah, James Oakes is my personal favorite character. A second favorite of mine would probably be um probably like, it's either like Angel or Masuka. Um Although in retrospect, I'm probably gonna put Masuka and then Angel. So yeah, we got James Oakes, um, Masuka, and then Angel. Masuka, he took a while. He took quite a long while to sort of become a favorite character of mine, because when he was first introduced, like I I wasn't really I wasn't really rocking with him, you know. And then in what was it, season? It was season, I forget which season it was. God dang it. Where um it made me, there was a moment eventually where I finally was rocking with him. Like, okay, yeah, Masuka, yeah. And oh, his goddamn surprises, bro. Like, first surprise was, or as I call it, Masuka bombshell, was his big ass fucking monster truck that he drives Dexter home in. It was great. It's a cool car, but yeah. And then the second surprise bombshell was his tattoo that he has on his back. And then the third major bombshell was his daughter in season 8. Um, but yeah, I wonder if there are any more Masuka bombshells in the other spinoffs. But Suga was definitely a fan favorite, but hey man, it was amazing chatting with you. I'm grateful that I stumbled upon your channel. I'll be going. Catch you later, boss. All right. Take care, man. Really do appreciate you joining and watching. If not for the whole stream, but yeah, I appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, I really wish there was more people here, dude. Like, and it's funny, like I get more, like I wish like I had the people that are in here, like I wish the viewers that I wish the views that I get on my shorts just like came over here. But anyways, that's a little thing. Um, but yeah. So, and then Angel. I'll say. Actually, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it like this. James Oakes, Angel, and Masuka. Yeah. So Angel is always. I was always rocking with Angel, bro. I was always sort of on Angel's side, way more so than Joseph Quinn's side. Um, and yeah, Angel. It really was sad um, that when he's saying goodbye to Dexter, and I was actually thinking like I was talking about earlier, like I thought that Dexter Resurrection was going to take place in Miami, and that Dexter was going to come back to Miami, and let's just say like if he did come back to Miami, the first person that Dexter would talk to would be Angel because he said goodbye to him at the end of or like close to the end of season 8, and Angel was like, if you change your mind, you always have a home here. And I was like, damn, bro, mad respect to you, Angel. But yeah, man. Who else is a good character? I would okay. This might be a little bit of a iffy take, but I would say Deborah is a good character, but and don't get me wrong, like she was fine. Her only negatives about her are the people that she dates, with the first one being freaking Ice Straw Killer, and just like all of Deborah's like relationships in general, they weren't really the best outside of like Frank Lundy, or Anton Briggs. Who else? Oh yeah, that one other guy that Deborah met in the gym. He was talking to him, um, and then she eventually found out that he was writing some like story about her, and then she kicked him out. Um, and then yeah, Deborah and Quinn, which I will say this, I feel like a relationship between Deborah and Quinn could have worked if Quinn just held off for a lot longer on like proposing to her, and like because like I think Deborah was like, "Oh, you're proposing to me like, um, you're proposing to me like 6 weeks into our relationship," and Deborah and Quinn was like, "Yeah, why not?" Like, "Oh, you're the one for me," and Deborah's like, "I'll get out of here." But and then yeah, um, and then the other thing with Deborah is that again, like when she found she found out the truth about Dexter in season 7, or no, season 6, I should say. Um, but yeah, hold on. And also, Deborah's death that could have been handled a lot better. I mean, I would have preferred that she didn't die at all, period. But I don't know. I would have. I don't know. I just wouldn't have done it at all. I was gonna say I would have done it in a better way, but I mean, you can't really do that in like. You kind of really can't do it in a better way. I mean, the closest you could do a character's death, like in a great way, is like Rita's death, um, and I even argued that even though James Stokes is like my favorite character, the way that he died in comparison to how Rita died, it's pretty much night and day. Like And don't get me wrong, like I was sad as hell that James Oakes died in season 2, but the way that they did Rita's death, it's such a shock. And like again, like they attempted to do that in season 8 with Deborah, but they just they kind of dropped the ball on that. They really did, which sucks because for a season finale, or for a season and series finale, you would think that they would go in sort of sort of similar route to like something like the Breaking Bad finale, for instance. Like the Breaking Bad like season finale or season finale and series finale is done so much better when you're comparing it to something like the Dexter season finale. Um, but it's just yeah, man. I mean, they really did drop the ball at season 8, bro. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so yeah, Deborah. And don't get me wrong, like there were some instances where Deborah's like, "Oh yeah, Deborah, let's go, Deborah." Specifically, uh, there was like a moment where Deborah was like, she was like talking to some guy in the interrogation room, and he was able to get him to like confess or something. I forget the exact details, but um, she did, and then she was like, uh, they were like, "Oh yeah, great job, Deborah," but yeah, no. Um, so yeah, we got James Stokes, Angel Masuka, Deborah. Um, I don't know. What other great characters are there in Dexter? I like Miguel. I like Miguel. Um, yeah, Miguel. I don't know. That's kind of like another character that could have stuck around a little bit longer. Miguel Prado. But then again, their whole like sort of like the way that they do seasons in Dexter is like, oh, you know, this season we got this killer, this season another killer, et cetera, et cetera. They don't really they don't really stick around, obviously, but unless if you're like Brian Moser, in which case, oh yeah, you get to come back in season 6, episode 7, but my goodness. Oh yeah, I don't know if oh yeah, I don't know if I showed this shirt. You like the merch that I got? I gotta show the Dexter merch. You know what I'm saying? I got this shirt like when I sort of first was watching season 5. Um, and I've hung this shirt up on that little thing right there as sort of like a reminder. I've been saving wearing this shirt for this very stream, but again, like I wish that there were some more people that like tuned in. But I mean, hey, shout outs. I mean, I don't really. There's no one really watching right now, but shout outs to Jordan Ram and King Alternate for tuning in, even though King Alternate had to leave. And I don't know if I said this before. I'm gonna reiterate. This is sort of like my first ever not like first ever live stream, because again I've streamed in the past, but I haven't streamed like in this sort of capacity like at all. Like this is literally like my first time, and I'm not using anything like OBS, like the streaming software. I found that out a little bit late in the game, but you know, it is what it is. I know I've said it again. It's probably like the 1,000th time that I've said that already, but so I'm not entirely sure. How about this? Since I think I'm going to end the stream, but before I do, I am going to rank each season of Dexter, the main series, out of 10. And we're going to start with season 1. Season 1, I'm going to rank it 1 through 10. I'm going to give season 1 a solid. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 or even 8 out of 10. It really is a great introduction to the series. Season 2, I'm going to give it a, I don't know. I'm probably going to give it a, like, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. It's okay. It's passable. I mean, it's better than season 8, don't get me wrong, but, and pretty much the rest of the second half of, Dexter. Season 3, I'm going to give it a, I'm going to give that one a 7. Or, yeah, it's just 7 out of 10. Season 3 is a 7 out of 10 for me. Season 4, oh man. Absolute cinema, bro. Season 4, I'm going to give that a nice 9 out of 10. I love season 4, bro. And I've actually thought about rewatching season 4, but maybe I won't. I might just watch like clips instead. But yeah, it is a great season. I love season 4. Best season of Dexter. And again, that could change. That could very well change in the next few spinoffs. But season 4, I highly doubt it. Season 4 is definitely, 9 out of 10 for me. Then we get season 5. Season 5, I'm going to give it a, I don't know, probably a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Yeah, that sounds right. 1 second. Season 7, I'm going to give that one a, wait. Did I just skip 6? See, wait. I did season 5. Season 6, okay. Season 6, I'm going to give a 6 out of 10. Actually, you know what? Season 6, I'm going to give a 6.5. And that 0.5 is because of the way that it ends with Dexter getting caught by Deborah. Season 7, I'm going to give a 6.5 also. And then season 8, man, season 8, oh my God. I'm going to give it a, I'm going to give it a low ass score. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 10. So, yeah, it really is that bad. But with that said, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. We just reached the hour and 40-minute mark. It's good, solid length, I would say. So, thank you guys for tuning in, specifically John Ram and King Alternate for tuning in. Really appreciate that. Make sure you guys, for those of you guys who are watching this stream / video or video outside of the stream, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload that I do. And with that, I will actually, before I say anything, again, I'll send out a post on the announcements page or whatever on when I will continue my Dexter grind, or I will post a poll on what shows you want me to watch, whether that's Game of Thrones, Lost, Ozark, Peaky Blinders, what have you. And with that being said, I will catch you guys next time. Oh, I just got a notification on my phone. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I will see you guys in Dexter New Blood. See you guys later.